Now with your first model ready, it's time to give it some materials, i.e. colors. And basically what material is a set of properties that define how the object would look in a real world. And you can find the materials right here in the material tab. So let's click right here and you can see there's already a material in place. This is the list of materials that are assigned to this object. And this one comes from the default cube that was loaded up when you first started Blender. So just for the sake of demonstration, I will remove that with minus icon, and this is what it will look like if you create an object from scratch without any default material, and you will have to click new to create a new material slot with a new material. And now you can just change the color, but if you do that right here, let's find some color of rice, you can see the color change here, but in the viewport nothing happens. That's because there are multiple viewport modes right here, and this is a great time to go over them. And first of them is the wireframe mode, which is basically just the wire display of your model. And then the second one is the solid view, which you already know by now. And the third one is the material preview mode, and that's the one we are interested in. So let's click that one. And you will see now the color changed. And if you now start to change the color here, you will see this is now reacting. In the older Blender versions, maybe in some of the other episodes, you might see me referring to this one as a look dev mode, but it's called material preview mode. And then it's render preview, which behaves differently based on what type of render engine you have selected. But let's not worry about that right now. Important thing is that with the solid view, you can model your object, and with the material preview, you can see how this will look with colors and materials and everything. Now, to be able to transform this into a sushi, we'll need to add more materials, more colors into it. And as you can see, there is plus and minus icon here in the material list, and you can have multiple materials for single object. So let's hit plus right here, and you will see new material slot is added, and we can create a new material there and basically just change its color right here. The color is the only thing we'll be working right now in terms of materials. You can ignore all of these other options. And I want something like a salmon color here. So let's click the color and let's choose something like a salmon here. But again, nothing changes because the first material is assigned to a whole object. So to be able to change that, you need to go into the edit mode. So let's tab into the edit mode. And now you will need to select the faces you want the material to be assigned to. So make sure you're in the face select mode, and let's click here, hold shift and select these other. And of course, let's rotate this a little bit. There are these two faces hidden in the back. So let's select those as well by holding shift. And now let's select that second material slot and click assign here, and you will see it changes in the viewport. And now let's do the same thing for the cucumber down here. So let's add new material slot, create a new material, and you can immediately assign it. You don't need to change it. So let's just click here and choose the third material slot, hit assign. And now you are able to change the color to green, maybe make it a little bit darker like this. And now the last one, let's add final material slot, create a new material, and there'll be the seaweed all around. So let's hold Alt and select the face loop around, hold Shift additionally, and add all of these other loops to the selection all the way up until here, and including this one right there. And now hit assign. And now we can tab out, and you will see this is slightly different because it's white by default, but we can change it to something green. And I don't want to go like a really green color. I want to go more stylized, so maybe closer to the blue like this, and then play with the lightness like this. And yeah, basically that's it for the sushi. The model is complete and it has all the material it needs. We can go on and start building our scene, and again, don't forget to save.